Hey everybody, this is Colton with POSGuys.com, and today I'm going to be walking you through a free Android app that we just developed that allows you to build customized forms on your phone, scan in barcode data using any barcode scanner that's connected to that device, and then export that out into a customized CSV file to any application that you're running on your device that can support it. The app can work on any Android device that has a barcode scanner connected in some way. So here I have a Custom America P Ranger. It has the barcode scanner integrated here on the top, but you could also use it with, say, a tablet. Here we have one that also happens to have the scanner connected in. But if you wanted to keep it nice and simple, you could also use something like a Bluetooth barcode scanner or a keychain scanner that could pair to the device or the phone that you probably have in your pocket right now. And if you wanted to be real fancy, you could even use like a heavy-duty mobile computer with like an alphanumerical keypad if you're like in a warehouse or something like that and really need that extra level of protection. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what the app can do. So when you pull up the app for the very first time, you're going to go ahead and see this home screen. This will have all the different data sets that you've generated with the app. They'll all kind of show up down here in a list. And there's also a settings tab here where you can edit custom configurations. And that'll make a little more sense later when I show that off. So to get us started here, let's go ahead and open the sample set. This ships with every device just to sort of show off what the app can do. And it's a good way to demo for this video. So right now we're in the entry or the list view rather. So it'll show all the different entry fields here and then some drop downs. So let's just demo that out for right now. Let's say I'm not Emily, maybe I am Dale. In this particular item, which we'll use this box here for this scanner, funny enough, just have that on hand. We'll go ahead and say that maybe this is in the back room. And then now what we can do is we can go ahead and scan the part number for this item. We'll scan the serial number. And then maybe this location has individual product IDs that they reference in their point of sale system. So maybe that's the product ID. I don't know, doesn't matter too much. And when you go ahead and hit the enter button, it will go ahead, add a little green bar there to the top. You might have seen it jump on for a moment. And now if we scroll down into the grid view, you'll see that row 36 here has the item that we detected. And right now we are in serial tracking mode. So if we were to try to enter a part number with an identical matching serial number, it would get mad at us. So we'll go ahead and scan the same code, throw this here, and it'll give you a warning saying, hey, that serial number's already been detected. Go back and take a look at it. And that's just a built-in way to make sure that your data is staying accurate. So right now we are in quick entry mode. So by default, the app is going to use whatever your last selected option is for the drop-downs and then add in the new line. But if you wanted to be a little more thoughtful, if you want to be a little more bespoke, maybe every item is going to be slightly different in a slightly different location or product category. You can select this little blue button here to turn off quick entry mode. And what it will do is add a save button here to the bottom and then sort of have some locking icons. And what these locking icons will do is that if it's unlocked, it'll force you to select a value for each of those here. And then if it's locked, obviously, you say, I'm always Dale. It'll kind of keep that option for every item. So we'll go ahead and unlock these two. So electronics and then your location, and then you'll have that. So now when we go ahead and scan in our barcode, we'll scan in the same item. And then let's try a different serial number so we don't get that error. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, I suppose. Doesn't really matter. We'll hit electronics. Maybe this is in our showroom, and now when I hit save, you'll see that it clears every item, keeps Dale as the associate, and then forces you to select a new product category and location. So just two different ways to enter information, and then of course, if you go back here, you'll see that that item that I selected is there with the different serial numbers. And if for some reason you messed up, say that serial number wasn't right because I was manually typing it in, all you need to do is hit this little trash icon there, and it will delete it. So in a nutshell, that's how the data entry works. But each of these fields is customizable. So you can really bespoke the application to what you're looking to use it for. So let's go over here to the settings and I'll show off how that works. What we were in before is in serial number mode. So that's this configuration here. We have a default setting for both an inventory count without serial numbers and then an inventory count with serial numbers. And then we also give you 3 different configurations that you can edit. You can also edit these if you want. So there's 5 really. So let's go ahead and choose configuration 3 here just to show off. Before we were in serial number mode, so we'll keep this in inventory count mode. And what that'll do is that every time it detects, the app detects a duplicate part number, it'll just add 1 to the quantity of the item in the spreadsheet. So just a really quick, easy way to do inventory. So right now we have it adding date, time, the quantity, and then the barcode obviously. And then you have 2 options here to add extra columns. So let's say one of them we want it to be, one of them we want it to be location. You want to keep track of which part of the warehouse it's in. So you can go ahead and add, and I'll add a little drop-down item here. And then let's say you wanted to add an option for lots so that you can track, which lot an item is coming in from. So you'll go ahead and you'll add those. And then when you add a drop-down item for the first time, it'll ask you to assign a value. So all you need to do is hit that. And then you can type in custom names. So we'll say room 1, just to make it easy. And then maybe we'll do room 2. Very, very easy. Look at that. And then we can give you can give the configuration a custom name if you want. So we'll do lot track. Just keep it easy. Hit save. It'll change the name at the top there. And now, if we were to go ahead and press this little plus icon, we can make a brand new set here. We'll select the configuration that we want to use. So we'll do the lot track that we just made. It'll go ahead and add its time. And now you'll see that we have barcode, location, and lot number. So we'll go ahead, scan this item into inventory. We'll do the part number. Let's say it doesn't have a serial number. And then, we'll just do its lot 1, room 1. Hit that, it'll add it to the grid. And now you'll see that it's added there. And now if we were to scan the same item twice, it'll detect that it was already added and it will duplicate the quantity. So now you have quantity 2. But let's say, you are wanting to import an existing database. You've exported from a point of sale system, you've lined up all the columns on the list, and you want to add on or change that existing list. We do support that. All you need to do is hit the 3 little icons here, import as a CSV, and it'll pull it up. And I've already have a couple of sample sets here. So we'll do quantity add test with lot, and boom, there you go. So now, this will stay the same, but if you go back to the grid view, we've imported, this document here. So, let's say we have this DS2278 dongle kit here. I have the part number for that right here, just on a little sticky note. So, we'll go back here. Where's that quantity at? So it's at 3. Now, if I scan it again, it'll update it, and now it's up to 4. And you can go ahead and do that for an infinite number. I've done some stress testing on the app and was uploaded a set with like 5,000 items at a time, and it did it just fine. So, in a nutshell, that's how the application works. There's a couple other nuances, but it'll be easier for you to go ahead and just kind of play around with those. You can bulk edit sets, and then if at the end you've done all the work that you wanted to do on this particular set, you can go here, export as a CSV, and then it'll go ahead and export. And then right now it says untitled set, but if I was to go ahead and change this name, we'll just do lot. There you go. Make it real nice and simple. Now if we were to go and export, it'll show up there. But with that will wrap up the walkthrough of this application. If you have any questions or are interested in downloading the app, there'll be some information in the description below. But I've also thrown on our contact information on the screen now. So give us a call, an email, however you prefer. Start a live chat if that's your sort of thing. And we are more than happy to get you set up and helped out. Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.